Hello there. Thanks for joining us.
Hello and welcome to Hack the Dino. My name is Dan McGuinness. This is Ben. This is not how we do it usually. I don't usually introduce.
Because Dan introduced, we had a little mishap before and all the microphones just went. So Dan's never introducing again because our technical stuff doesn't like it, and it's not about me being arrogant and self-absorbed.
It's because I was staring at the microphone and the microphone got ashamed. It got self-conscious because I was looking at our new microphone.
We are Hack the Dino, your fortnightly nonsense gaming newscast channel where we talk about video games and all types of video games, old, new, and some coming in the future. We've got a huge episode 75 of this little show. Which you can catch over on podcasts as well as YouTube and SoundCloud and Twitch. Sorry, Braden, don't borrow those little banners.
That's all good.
All right, Dan, what have you been playing?
Well, what have I been playing?
Yeah.
This week I've been playing Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. And I got this on the PlayStation Store sales. This is usually like a $90 game, and they had it up for $30 bucks.
Why is it $90?
Because that's how much everything is online. Anyhow, so it's set in the Fist of the North Star universe. For those who don't know what Fist of the North Star is, I'm not going to get into it. It's an old fighting anime of muscly men. It follows the comic book series. But for the people who watched the film in the early 90s, it still has a lot for you. Because that was like one kind of chapter out of like the manga series. So it's following that. So you do the whole thing. It probably, the playtime is around it's between 60 and 80 hours. This is made by the Sega, and it's made by the same team that made Yakuza, and that really shows through its.
Oh my god!
It has definitely kept the violence.
Yeah.
So what you do is when you fight, as you can see here, you punch people until you can do a pressure point attack.
Right.
Where you hit a pressure point, and then you can do a finishing move, which you saw one of them before, and his power is he hits pressure points that then vibrate and explode people. So
Wow, just like those fake martial artists you see on YouTube that attack your pressure points.
yeah, it's all
and the enemies in Legend of Korra.
It's all silliness. So it does have the very long cutscenes. I looked it up, and it has all up. It has 5 hours of cutscenes in it.
Oh my goodness, it's almost as bad as Yakuza.
Yeah, well, it's made by the same people. It is very set up, very much like Yakuza. You play a full story. This is what we're showing here is just like a fight. Here we go. Old thumb slap, the big old slap.
Phantom channeling Doom.
And then, oh, you got in the way.
Sorry.
It does have it is a full RPG though. Like you do level up. It has a really, really good leveling system, like skill tree, like the Yakuza, and very easy to follow one. And you can keep building up your health. You're getting new moves. You can upgrade your moves, but it's all drip fed to you very well, so it's not overwhelming. So you did a pressure point then,
Right.
and then he's like, oh, bam, and you can see then you can do quick time events in your moves to make them doubly powerful if you want to. You don't have to do that.
Why is he blue?
Because he's built up enough now that if he wants to, he can unleash, some fury and do like super moves and stuff like that. Like it's like Dragon Ball, like
Okay.
your power stuff, your power up. So the blue shows that you are capable of going red. But what in the Yakuza style, it also has all these mini games in the world. Braden's got. He's going to click over to some footage of that. So this here is the example of you can be a nightclub owner, right?
He's charging up. He's charging up.
He's charging up here to the introduction to his host club. So and then it's like you're doing your seating of like your hosts and coming in, and these are fully fledged games. Click through a couple more of them, Braden. We'll just have a.
There you go.
So here we have you're becoming a doctor. So you have to, with your pressure points, you have to mend the people who have sickness and beat up the people who were not sick. Do another one, Braden. We got a couple more.
Let's get into it. That was a good pose.
It's
he's a bartender.
Yeah, bartending. So you can become a bar, and these are fully fledged games. Like it's not just you make drinks. You can see here, he's smashing the ice up. And you have regular customers. You have to remember what they like. You have conversations with them and a full bartender. And then in the game, when you see those characters out in their stalls, you get extra like discounts. Yeah, look, what has he created? A ball of ice. Here you go. It's so, and it says all those so like the original. When you do a special move, it comes up and it goes like, you know, Dragon Fist Star attack. But when you do all this stuff, it does that in the same way. Like, it's very funny. What are some other, yeah, so you can do gambling. There's a whole casino there with all sorts of games. Click to the very kind of end. Yeah, this one.
What?
You get a steel girder and you hit people away that are coming towards you on motorbikes. This game is really good. Like, it's really funny. It's really fun. It's got all the right... and there's race car driving because it's an open world as well. You can drive between towns. Very Mad Max. This game is so big, and I was like,
I can see why it costs $99 now. This is like what, 5 games in one at the moment.
Yeah, it's good. And then the story is your gladiator kind of stuff, and and it's huge. But like Yakuza, it does have that point of it being really slow, like very very slow in its slow bits, but. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You're going back to the minigame. Bam! It took me a while to work out how to do that, actually. It's like California games. Better. Anyhow, that is what I've been playing. I really recommend this game for anyone who loves Fist of the North Star. I'm obsessed with muscle men that are so muscly that it's ridiculous.
They got muscles on their muscles.
Yeah, and I love this kind of thing. And it's just... a really, really good. Like, this is easily the most standout Fist of the North Star game. They've been making Fist of the North Star games for years, and this is easily the best one. And there's so much effort's put into it.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that's it. That's my.
Did this come out this year?
Yeah, I think it did.
Ooh, maybe it'll be on our
like the Dino game of the year.
Yeah. Oh, well,
we're gonna our own game of the year, I reckon.
Well, we did last year.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
We're going to do one this year as well. We got a whole game show planned and everything. Well, anyway.
What have you been playing, Ben?
I've been playing 2 games actually on the mobile. One I only just downloaded this morning, so I don't have any...
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know you've been playing 2 games. I'm not ready for this.
No, so one was only this morning. It was released this morning. It was Sky by the guys that made Journey and Flower, that game company. It's basically Journey, but spruced up and a lot prettier on your little phone device.
Only phones?
For now, yes. It's just come out of beta and now available. It's free. And you are basically playing Journey, but it's more of a social interaction game. So as you're going along, like Journey, you had one other person come along and help you. In this game, just everyone who's playing on that server comes along and you can interact with them with like emotes and sounds.
Have you found why it's genius yet? Because you know those games like they always have like a point when you're like, this is good.
I've only played maybe half an hour of it. It didn't drain my battery too much, I don't think, which is good. But it's just beautiful to look at, and the sound's amazing. In fact, at the start, they say sound plays a very important role. It's almost a character in this game. Make sure you've got headphones or your sound up.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So like, they're really pushing for that. So I'm not going to talk too much about it now. Maybe next show, after I've had a bit of time to go into it. But yeah, get it. And we'll have a game club where we all sit down and discuss it all together.
I gotta say, I'm off of playing games on my mobile.
Yeah, it's not the best. I would much rather sit down and play this on the Switch. And if it can run on a mobile, it can run on the Switch.
Like, yeah, I just don't do the gaming. Like, I've got consoles to play games on my phone. Nah, man. Maybe it's a millennial thing. Braden?
Nah.
I play Pokemon Go every day.
I play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, nah, Braden.
It's a dumb parody.
I know what it is.
I've also been playing Dr. Mario. That came out later last week, actually.
Phone game as well?
Game as well.
Yeah.
Now, so Nintendo got a bit of flack from their shareholders for releasing... What?
No, I'm just laughing.
Okay.
The shareholders having a cry.
Yeah, who would have thought? When they brought out the Mario game for the phone... It was $10 flat fee, and then that's it. You got like a 90 level game, and they constantly updated. They got
angry they didn't make enough money.
Yeah, basically. So this one is going to the tried and true microtransaction way of going. So you have the first hour of the game free, and then after that, every level you do costs a heart, and you can only have a maximum of 5 hearts, and then they have to recharge, like all these pay-to-win type games.
Is it just Mario, Dr. Mario?
Yeah, it's just Dr. Mario. Now, it's different from the original Dr. Mario games, which is more like a Puyo Puyo or Tetris type game, where he threw the pills in at the top, and they went down to the bottom, and you had to line them up with the different coloured bugs, and once you got 3, bring, it went. This one, see that purple stuff that's in there?
Water?
Yeah, it's more of a gelatinous gel.
Gelatinous.
Yeah, well, it's a man's stomach. And you throw the pills into the man's stomach, and they slowly float up and kill the bugs.
Oh, so...
And that's how you're a doctor.
That's genius. I mean, from down to up. How did they think of that?
So are they all suppositories now?
No.
Where were they putting this in?
No, Dr. Mario slices open the person's stomach.
Does it show it?
Yeah. That's in the cutscene. It's a bit gory though, so I decided not to show it in this footage. But yeah, Mario he goes hammer and tongs. He's a little bit sadistic, actually, the old Mario.
So the first half of the game is just like surgery simulator.
That's right. Look, it's fun. I'm not a person who spends a lot of money on microtransactions. I'm the type of person who will use their 5 lives and just go, that's enough for today.
Yeah, it's Fool's game.
Yeah.
Microtransactions.
It's fun enough, and again, it's free. You get the first hour for free, and then good little puzzle game to kill time. It's not going to be anything huge. It's certainly not going to be on a halfway game of the year list, but
halfway game of the year.
That's a catchy
game
name.
of the year till now.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing so far. Should we get on some gaming news?
I think it's time.
On to the news.
And there's a little bit of news, which is weird because usually around this time of the year, it goes very, very quiet. We've just had E3, Comic-Con's going at the moment. There's a couple of gaming announcements at Comic-Con, but usually the big studios are all very gearing up for the third quarter and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The final touchdown. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Switch Lite was announced, or Light Switch, as it should have been called.
Damn.
It's just, it's a small Switch without joy. Look, you know, if you're any kind of video game fan, you would have seen all the rumors and all the fakes and everything. It's basically all those fakes, but, you know, done up a little bit more nicely.
The fakes,
Yep.
It looks exactly the same as some of the fakes that came out.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, you get a yellow one. It's nice.
Mhm.
Teal.
Turquoise.
Grey.
And a Pokemon one coming out November 8th.
Isn't that the Pokemon one?
No, the
yellow?
Pokemon one's really ugly. I'm probably
Isn't
going to have
it
to
like
get it.
stark white and...
No, it's sort of like
Does it have Pikachu ears coming out the top?
it's an off grey, and it
Ah.
has the legendary Pokemon, which are rubbish, on the back, and different coloured buttons.
So,
Why would they show part of the trailer showing the functionality of how you can normally put it in a TV and now you can't?
Yeah, well, not only that, what's come out, I think as of yesterday...
look, there's people doing things and not playing Switch.
the,
Hey, you want to sit down and play Switch after skateboarding?
One of the big selling points, because yes, they did say you can't play, it's a hand-only console, so I don't know what it's switching from anymore. But it's only handheld, it's not on TV. But one of the big selling points was, we've got a new processor in there, and you get an extra 2 hours of battery life than you do on the normal Switch. But then today, or yesterday, they announced that this new processor is now going into every Switch model, and you'll get, I think, 4 hours more.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know what this is?
So you've gone from having the Switch Lite with the positive being, you're going to get a little bit more battery life out of it, to now, no, you can just spend an extra $80, get an actual Switch, and have the best of both worlds and more battery than the handheld version.
No, there's no point to this thing, is there?
Well,
Like,
there
now
is.
that you said that, but like, what?
Well, I collect game consoles.
Collected. But like, if you're just a person who just wants to mess around with the Switch, you might as well get the normal one.
Yeah. Yep. Smaller screen.
It's like what was that big thing they did before, where they had the dual screen one, but it was one screen?
DS.
Oh, they did the 2DS.
That's the 2DS.
Yeah, the 2DS. This is the 2DS of the Switch.
I don't know.
Like, people don't understand why it exists.
I mean, I'm interested to get my hands on one and play it. Because the Switch does feel very good in your hands.
I suppose it is good for astronauts. As
Yeah,
the ad is showing here. Like, it makes sense. Oh, hang on. No, they could also play a normal Switch in space.
and plug it into their spaceship and play it on the way down. It's obviously aimed at kids. Like,
Is it? Because there's no kids in this ad. They're all teenagers.
Well, teenagers are kids. But
oh yeah.
what I don't get,
Going to bed at a normal time. Going to
Tweens.
switch off the game.
it's only $80 to $90 cheaper than a normal Switch, and you can you can't detach the Joy-Cons. So if you want to play something that needs HD rumble like Mario Party, you have to buy Joy-Cons or sync up those Joy-Cons to the Switch Lite, and it doesn't have a stand either. So even if you did want to play it with different Joy-Cons, you have to play it with it laying on something or find something to prop it up
Yeah,
against.
it's rubbish. I'm calling it. I mean, I'm always hard on Nintendo, but like from a standing back and looking at it, it's just not a good idea. Like, just bring out, like, don't.
Yeah, or like bring out a
Oh,
high
look,
power one.
look, oh, this is where we used to be able to go. Now you can't.
Here's one of the features we've taken out. Yeah.
They're really rubbing it into this ad. They're really showing that it's not in there.
Yeah, so you've lost a lot. And,
Oh, look, you've lost your Rumble as well. No Rumble pack. Is that true? No Rumble?
No rumble.
No Rumble. How are you going to know when there's someone sneaking up behind you in a sneak game?
Didn't they have their fancy 3D rumble thing where you could like tell how many ice cubes were in a cup or something?
Yep, that's gone.
Yep.
That's gone.
They're going to sell later, they'll sell a Rumble pack you can attach to it.
Moving on. All right, I'm critical of Nintendo, but let's just take it easy on the old guys. All right.
Okay.
Let's get into the next bit of
Okay,
shake it up a bit.
this is more for me than anyone else. New Pokemon have been announced, including.
Definitely for you.
I'm going to read you the description of this little Pokemon. See this little guy, this cream puff?
Alchemy.
His name's
Is it-
Alchemy.
It's like alchemy, but
Yeah.
with cream.
Yeah. Let me just read.
Yamper?
It's a dog.
Hey. Let me just read Alchemy's official Pokemon description.
This is their press release.
Yep. Meet Alchemy, the cream Pokemon.
Oh no.
Alchemy can produce whipped cream, which
Uh-oh.
becomes richer and happier. Richer the happier Alchemy is feeling.
Oh.
Many pastry chefs strive to have an Alchemy as their partner.
Mm. Oh dear.
The cream pouring out of its body hardens upon impact.
Hardened cream.
Oh no.
The stronger the impact, the harder it becomes.
Oh no.
The stronger the impact, the harder it becomes. There we go.
It just
Creamy
hits
little
you.
guy.
You can
Nintendo.
get that cream right in your eye. And just
So it
ah.
hits you and you get hard.
Nintendo.
What is that thing?
That's one of the gym leaders. He's wearing a mask, and that's Mimikyu. You have separate gym leaders in this
Do we
game.
want to go
Oh,
back
that's
and
good.
see the other new ones as well?
Nah.
There's Alchemy. There he is,
There was
the
a dog.
pervert.
Look at the dog.
All
Yeah.
right, yes, we know, Brayden. It's old news.
Yamper, scamper.
All right.
Rock.
There's a stapler as well. One of the new Pokemon's a big stapler.
They're really losing it now, aren't they?
You got a cream. Oh, he turns into a wedding cake. There you go.
Yeah, they've lost it. They've officially lost it.
Something that was lost but has now come back.
Look how cool the other one was.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Is Jay and Silent Bob. Now, today we had the release of the Jay and Silent Bob movie sequel, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, but we have also been given the trailer to Mall Brawl, Jay and Silent Bob.
You can see the Easter Bunny from Mallrats here. Uh-oh. Snoochie Poochies.
That's great 8-bit models there, actually.
Pretty
Really well done.
I think it looks rubbish, eh?
Really?
Yeah, it looks so bad.
It looks like that
Looks
game
like
that we love.
NES game, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. What's that one? Streets of Rage?
River City.
Yeah,
Ram.
River City, yeah.
That's it, Brayden.
Anyway,
that's all I got.
that's the full trailer.
No, that's the teaser.
Oh, it's the teaser. There is a trailer
I-
coming out soon.
It might already be out.
But it was teased on Kind of Funny Games, Games Daily during the week. Greg Miller interviewed one of the devs, so go and check that out. The TurboGrafx 16 Mini
This is silly.
has a release date been announced.
What is this?
These things are small anyway. They're not. It's not
Yeah.
any smaller.
I
the
think
Mini.
it's the actual size.
Yeah, it's just the same size. So I don't have a shot of it here. It's basically, is that it there over on my shelf?
No, it's a Core Graphics.
It's basically like that.
Yeah.
So this machine is a mini that they brought out now, except the original is the same size because it was a very small console in the first place. So they've just, I don't know if it's tongue in cheek,
Oh, I think it might be. A little bit of that going
but they've
on.
got like 52 games on it or something.
50 games. Comes out March
50.
19th, 2020. You can only pre-order it through Amazon at the moment.
I've got-
Unfortunately, Fighting Street isn't in there, so
Are you sure?
pretty sure. You know what Fighting Street is, don't you?
It's just, no? Alien Crush.
Fighting
matter.
Fighting Street was Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
But
That
they had
one.
to flip the name because, I don't know, some reason with the
Reasons,
arcade.
yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, 26 PC Engine games and other games as well. Some, I think 20 of them are in the original Japanese. So Have fun with that.
Anyhow.
We would very much like to thank our sponsors, King Kaiju Collectibles, for his brilliant and awesome support of our show. He supplies us with a whole heap of crap that you...
of beautiful toys that you can get from Japan.
Oh, I'm so thrown out. And who else are we sponsored by, Dan?
And we're sponsored by Greenlight Comics. This is a comic shop that I own in Adelaide. So, thank you, Greenlight Comics, coming down and visit us at 18 Stevens Place. That's how fast you do an ad.
Now, we were at Avcon last weekend, I think. Was it last weekend? Yeah. Weekend before.
Weekend before.
Anyway, we were at Avcon. You can see all the videos down below. We've done each segments as well as one big show. But while I was there, I had someone come up to me and go, "Oh, are you that guy from Hack the Dino?" And I went, "Yes, I am that guy." I don't know if he meant me or Dan, so I had to be prepared for someone to take a swing at me.
That's a good joke.
He said that he really enjoyed our show. Thank you very much. And then he also said his favourite part was Kojima Watch. And I thought, wow, that was just like a gag that I put in.
Now it's
for the hell of it.
That's 100% every
But
week.
now, every week, boom, Kojima Watch. Now, this week on Kojima Watch, we're going to need to come up with a title or something.
Yeah, it's called Kojima Watch.
Well, we need a graphic for all the podcast
Pop one in,
listeners.
Braden.
No, not yet.
There we go.
Yeah, I was building up to it.
It's fine.
Anyway, that's Kojima Watch. He's hard at work taking blurry selfies of himself.
Have you seen all the memes that came out of this?
This one?
Just this picture? Yeah, there's so many like memes of just all these people retweeting it with like just mixing his face into all of these like films and stuff like that, and just like
Let's be. It's probably Kojima himself.
look at that picture in the background. Can we see that? See, there's like a screen behind him. It looks like there's a man with a very tiny head.
Yeah.
That looks like the Guillermo del Toro trailer that
Yep.
they did.
Yep, I agree.
With a tiny head.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
he
got a
just
very
looks
tiny
like
head.
he's got a tiny head.
Anyway, also, just to show Kojima's reach and how much everyone loves him, he...
Long.
Stop it. It's not the show. He recently tweeted about how he loved Season 3 of Stranger Things, which was actually really good. And they tweeted back to him and said, "Oh, thank you, Kojima. We thought we'd show you this deleted scene of what the original cut of this scene was like." And it was 3 of the kids spying on some Russian guards, and then they get spotted up on the roof.
Oh yeah, I know that bit.
And all it was them spotting, and then you hear the Solid Snake,
Oh.
and then the theme kicks in. I thought, wow, the writers of Stranger Things are referencing something that man has made. Just shows how...
No, to him.
Yeah, straight
Directly to him.
Just shows what a genius Kojima is. So, Kojima...
My wife, that has nothing to do with video games,
This is
thinks
me praising
he's a
Kojima.
genius. A genius?
A genius.
Kojimus.
A Kojimus.
That's this week's Kojima Watch.
Go on.
All right. Okay, topic of the show. We are over halfway through 2019. That happened really, really fast. And I thought it would be a good way to, I don't know, get some if we looked at the games that have come
Contact.
out.
We're going to get our old school books and contact them up.
Make a collage.
Yeah.
If we looked at the games that have come out this year and
So far,
and pick a game of the year so far. Oh, as of now, as of this date, whichever it may be.
If next weekend was the end of the year, these are the games.
These are the games. All right, so we'll go one for one with this little list. I'll go first if you like, Dan.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5.
Now,
Very sought after game.
this game looks beautiful.
Mhm.
All right, look at this game. The lighting's beautiful, and the flamboyance of the ridiculous cutscenes.
Yep.
The slow motions, like it's just this is everything 15-year-old me wanted in a video game, and 41-year-old me as well. Swords, guns, jive talking, cool kid man. What's his name? Dante.
That's not
No,
Dante. though.
yeah,
That's
there's
the
a whole
other
bunch
guy.
of them now. I never. But look at the lighting in this game. It's a beautiful game. I'm thinking about actually purchasing this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's really your jam?
Yeah. Like this. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bayonetta. I'm a big fan of God of War. Like, you know, these. What are these called? Third person run around hurt people games.
Yep.
Nailed it.
It's a shooter uppy.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em uppy, shoot 'em uppy.
I'm not going to say it's going to be game of the year, but I'm saying this is a beautiful game. Next.
Okay, well, that's one that's possibly in our contention. I really liked this as well. I thought the gameplay was very fluid. It felt very natural when you're playing it. Like, you didn't have to think about the controller movements, which is something that I get
Oh.
like when you're playing something like Fortnite and you have to think about this, and yes, all right, it becomes reaction if you play enough of it. But a game like Devil May Cry 5, you're not going to sit down and play it for 100 hours. Like really?
Oh, I will.
Well, Dan might. But the way it was,
Look at this at the moment. We're on, like, you can see the footage. It's the terrain that they're on here is actually moving, like, through the world. There's...
Oh, it looks great. It does look very, very good. Next game I had down was Sekiro.
I guess I'll talk about this one.
Yeah.
This game may be Game of the Year. At the Game of the Half Year.
Yep.
That's what we're going to call it. Although it's still not as good as Dark Souls.
No?
None of his games have been yet. Bloodborne got close. If anything, maybe Bloodborne is as good as Dark Souls. One we're talking about here, Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not it, though. But this game is a lot flowier you can than the old Dark Souls was. But I think it's good, but it didn't trap my mind like the first one.
Trap your mind.
You know, you can't not do it. You can't not
Just
play it.
wake up in a fever.
Yeah, it didn't do that. But anyhow, it's a very, very, very beautiful, beautiful, good game. And it looks amazing. Like,
now, it is very, very hard, and they've just announced recently that there is a baby mode coming. Or there is a baby mode here.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. They've bowed to pressure.
A Suki La La mode.
Well, I mean, if you spent so much time making a game as beautiful as this, and hardly anyone sees over the 25% mark, like, I'd want to bring one out just so they could, like, actually...
Do you know what happened to me with this game? I was playing it and I loved it, right? And I was so into it. And then I took a break from it. And when I came back, I couldn't play it.
Yep.
I couldn't play it again. I was just, you can't stop playing it. It's like learning Japanese. As soon as you stop learning it, you forget it.
Yep.
And I couldn't get back into it. And that's why I stopped playing it. I gave it like 3 solid goes again. And I just couldn't get the rhythm and the flow again of it. I was just like, am I just dumb? And then I was like, how dare you make me think I'm dumb, game?
Yeah.
And then I gave up.
Give me my baby mode. Will you play it with baby mode?
No.
No?
Nah, I move on, man. I'm always moving forward. Never look back.
Will you move on to another contender for the 6th month game of the 6th month? The Division 2. I haven't played this game, but I've heard nothing but very, very good things about it.
You missed out on Kingdom Hearts.
I did too. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Bless you.
These games always look beautiful.
Is this Christmas themed?
Yeah. So this is what happened, like, you know, it happened in a Christmas time outbreak, and yeah. But these games are so crisp in their graphics. Like, they always look beautiful. There's so much, you know, like, debris, and, you know, it really looks like a post of what's happened. You know what I mean? Like, the first one was a great... I spent a lot of time in the first one playing with, like, groups of campaigns with my mates and stuff like that. One of the actual only games I've done that. And it was good, except it got boring.
Oh, really?
It just got so hard that you just kind of gave up, and then you just didn't feel the urge to play it again because it was so hard. I don't know. But...
got some grindy, didn't it?
Yeah, it got a bit grindy. This one is a bit better. But this one looks... Look at this. Look at this game.
It's very crisp.
It's crisp. So this, I don't think this will be Game of the Year, but it definitely is a good game.
Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in January this year.
Didn't it, Brayden?
It's insane that it was this year.
This game's rubbish.
Look at it!
I honestly think...
What is happening?
It's farting everywhere. I think this is one of those games that... Unless you've played it since the first installment and all the other 3.45692, the Heart Requiem of the Kingslayer Queen.
I'm surprised how perfect you got that.
Well, that's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
You just weren't making up words.
Yeah.
They were real words.
Yeah, they were real words.
Oh, man.
But that's the sort of thing that this is. Like, it's all about capturing... Oh, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to explain
I feel that this game... Like, to enjoy it, you may have to have suffered a stroke at one stage in your life. Or you may have, like, or something's happened to you in your life.
So basically,
Brayden?
There are people out there in the world who have been waiting so many years for
10 years.
What's going on now?
He's riding a
questioning?
Hercules chariot.
What's going on there?
That's his special move.
It's 80s Neon Pegasus.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Anyway, it's not going to be Game of the Year. Sorry, nerds.
Sorry, cosplayers.
Mortal Kombat 11 was a game that came out. I'm going to talk a little bit about this because I played this game a lot. This is easily the best Mortal Kombat to ever come out. It is got a really good storyline. Probably a 7 out of 10 storyline. It was enjoyable. It's like a B-grade movie.
No, it's not 7.
Ronda Rousey's acting is probably the low point of the whole game. But it's just fun. It's just campy, gory fun. It knows exactly what it is. The fatalities are just ridiculously gruesome.
They're so full on.
It's got a hell of a lot of replay value. It's got a nice little crypt section, which,
Unlockables.
It is what it is. It's fun just to chill out and walk around there and smash at capes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Roy.
So, and that is the reason why this will never be Game of the Year.
Yeah.
You'll never get an R-rated game as Game of the Year.
No.
It's simple.
And-
Was God of War R-rated?
No.
It wasn't.
But
The others were.
this, it's a lot of fun, and I think it needs to be a lot of fun, and it won't be Game of the Year. Anyway,
It won't be Game of the Year.
one that could be Game of the Year though, Mario Maker 2.
I can't see this being Game of the Year either. This is just a trumped up version of Mario Maker. It's just like...
No, it's got more.
Look at the footage I chose.
This is the type of levels I hate.
This is the most... Like...
For the podcast listeners, it's that level that you've seen going around on the internet, where it's the first level of Super Mario Brothers 1, and there's just pod bows everywhere.
I dreamt last night I was playing this level, eh?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I personally think
failed it in my dreams.
because it... you're right there. Because it relies on the online account in order to share and play other people's levels, they had to come up with a pretty good... single-player game that you didn't have to be online for, which they have done. You've got a 100-level single-player game, which are all levels made by Nintendo, which the other one didn't have, in this game. So it's basically another 2D Mario game, and filled with... we went through this last show, but all the different types of...
It's like a Mario mashup.
Basically, yeah, but it's made by Nintendo, and it's great, and I really enjoy it, and I honestly think it's definitely up there for a contender. If I'm going to be 100% truthful, I don't think it's going to be Game of the Year, but
I wish it was.
It's definitely going to be in contendership. It's probably Nintendo's best chance at getting Game of the Year again. Next one I'm going to let you take over, Dan, is Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Oh, this game's beautiful. But once again, it's too violent. Too violent, R-rated. You're not going to get a... Is this R-rated? Yeah, it would have been. You're not going to get an R-rated game as Game of the Year. As good as this game was, and as perfect as this game was...
I reckon we're past that now. I don't reckon rating doesn't matter anymore.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Nah, because... Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But, like, a lot of kids play games, and if your kids can't play games, you can't sell copies.
Yeah, but what I really liked... Well, I mean, the average gamer now is like 40 years old. Like, they've got official statistics about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm the average gamer.
You are the average gamer. What I really like about this game is it wasn't just a spit and polish over the old engine. They completely remade this from the ground up.
This was a new game.
Yeah.
Like it does feel a little bit like the old one, but it's seriously a new game. Like this is what every Resident Evil should have been. After 6, 5, rubbish. I feel that they're putting them on the Switch, and I was like, why?
Yeah, why would you bother with 6? I mean, really. But I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was really good, really atmospheric, and I really like the mods that come out.
It's so smooth as well. Like, it just works.
It's really upped the expectation when people say they're going to remake a game.
Yeah, they really blew it for everyone else. It was just kind of reskin.
Well, no, I think this is holding people to a standard. Like, if you say, I'm going to remake a game, you need to come out with The Last Guardian or Shadow of the Colossus. Sorry, I should say. A Shadow of the Colossus remake or a Resident Evil 2 remake. A lot of these old games are near and dear to a lot of people, and I think you're just cheating them out of their money by coming up with the old spit and polish and not actually putting the effort into making something as brilliant as this. So well done, Capcom, for doing that. Next game, which is due to come out in a physical form very, very shortly, but was free for all Nintendo Online people. I'm talking about Tetris 99, the Tetris Battle Royale.
This can't be Game of the Year. I don't know anyone apart from you that's played it.
Has ever won Game of the Year?
Maybe in Russia.
Good question though, Braden. It's worth checking out.
I don't think they had Game of the Years when Tetris was at its peak.
I played this just the other day, actually. They had a special event on where you could get like a skin, a Splatoon skin, if you got 100 points. So I went on there and did that. Still haven't won, but it is so much fun. It's so relaxing. You can get in and out of a game within like 10 minutes. It's not stressful. Well, it is a little bit.
Tetris is heaps stressful.
Not if you don't take it too seriously. But this was universally praised when it came out. It was a surprise, which I think comes back to your old thing of no hype is A-okay for games. You don't build hype level, people enjoy it a lot more.
I think we're going to talk about that a bit later in the show.
Oh, we definitely are. So I think this is a very, very good contender as well.
Tetris is one of those games that, like, if there's two people playing against each other, you walk up and you're like, oh, Tetris. And you sit there for an hour and you watch it.
Yep.
Like, and you just can't stop because there's two people against each other and you're just like, you watch one of them, you pick the person whose side you're on, and you just watch them. And it's just it's weirdly a good spectator game. They should have a TV show that chooses Tetris.
They did. It was called Amazing.
Oof.
Yeah, Braden wouldn't know what we were talking about.
No clue.
It brings back memories of me on my Game Boy. Sort of craning my neck as in the back seat of the car as my parents drove me somewhere, trying to get the street lights to light on the screen so I could make my next move.
Too much reminiscing already.
Yeah, all right, fine. Apex Legends came out this year as well.
Is that the one of them?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Apex Legends. What do you think of this as game of the year? It is a game for service, or
I only found out today this is on. I thought this was a computer game. It's on everything.
Yeah, apart from Switch.
Isn't this the game that challenged Fortnite on Twitch?
It did. It challenged Fortnite for a good couple of months, and it's sort of just died away now. They haven't really kept up the momentum on it. But
this was one of those unhypers, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, they just dropped it, and it came out.
They didn't bow to the hype beast. They just like
actually. What was the game that came out at the same time as this from EA?
It started with A as well. It was like
Anthem.
That's right. You can get it for $19 now in the bargain bin. Yeah, so I really think this damaged Anthem a lot because people just weren't interested in it. A little bit thing wrong with Anthem, and people just went, no, we'll go back to Apex.
And it was free.
Free, completely free. I think they've, as I said, dropped the ball a little bit with it because
there's no
well, they've just introduced a season pass like Fortnite, but Fortnite have had that for the past 8 seasons. And Fortnite, by the way, are gearing up to a final battle of Season 9. A giant robot's going to fight a giant monster.
When did Fortnite come out?
2 years ago.
What? Did I miss something with Fortnite? What's happening?
Yeah, so there was that castle, that snow castle.
No.
All right, so there was a snow castle and a volcano, and the volcano erupted and hit the snow castle. Underneath was a big monster, and it dived into the water.
Oh, God.
And so what they did was build a giant, huge mech robot, and this Saturday they're going to fight.
Saturday.
Yeah, in the middle of the island is going to be a big monster versus a big robot fight.
You could have made that up on the spot right now, and I would have no clue.
Versus the alchemy.
Yeah, that's right.
A giant one.
It gets harder and richer the happier it gets.
Oh my God.
It gets harder.
Next one, Katana Zero.
See, I can't see how this could be game of the year. Number one, it was banned here.
But
for
then it got
a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but we can always do the Japanese hack.
I gotta admit I haven't played this game.
Oh, really?
I've been watching like some people play it though. That counts, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure.
It's
hard. It's a hard game.
Like alchemy.
I think it's a hard game to watch because like it's a lot of reactional thing and there's a lot of deaths and redoing. What's he doing there? Throwing a smoke bomb. And I don't know. I just don't think this one will be. And but I can't comment because I don't know enough about this game.
Okay.
Ben.
All right, and last game I've got here that's come out in the past 6 or 7 months is Cadence of Hyrule. The sort of mesh with the Cadence, Gravedigger, Cadence, whatever it is, that indie game that Nintendo decided they give their Zelda license to. This game is so much fun.
Tomb of the Necrodancer.
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 Such a good game. Even just as a Zelda game by itself, it's great. And what makes it even cooler is the fact that it has such awesome remixes of every single Zelda theme that you can think of. There's stuff there, like it looks like a Link to the Past game, but you have music from Ocarina of Time. I think there's some Breath of the Wild in there as well. Just really, really cool, really, really enjoyable. Hard as all hell. Like, it really is a tough slog to get through this game. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm very much looking forward to going back to it. So that's all that's come out. Dan, what's your pick?
See, I tried to pick and I couldn't decide.
Really?
But like out of this list, it's weird. Like I feel that Sekiro should maybe be it, but I also feel that weirdly in the bottom of my bones, I feel that Devil May Cry 5 should be it.
Really?
It's a beautiful looking game. It plays so good. Like everything about it is like perfect, and it's like it's the 5th game in it. They know what they're doing by now. Other than that, Resident Evil 2, I don't know. Like I
You had to pick one right now.
I don't see a
The game board is here.
I mean, if it was me, it'd be Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Or Devil May Cry.
No, one. Pick one.
Resident Evil 2.
Okay, I'm going to go with Resident Evil 2 as well.
Okay.
Purely because, as I said earlier, this is the standard that everyone needs to be working towards now.
Yeah, for a game.
You've got the 2-hitter, you've got the nostalgia fact coming in with a lot of people who are now our age, who played this when it first came out and now playing it how they remember it being, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And it's now upping the ante. Like, this is what we expect now of our remakes. You better do an actual remake, not just a little polish on it.
Oh, polish.
So I
Knob-
think
knob
for
polish.
those reasons, and the fact that it is actually a phenomenally good and atmospheric game, this is my pick for Game of the Year so far. Now, we have to say so far because there are a couple of games coming out which may take the crown. We don't know. They're a bit unsure.
Oh, there's definitely these aren't going to be the games of the year.
So, just a couple coming out that we know of. We've got Astral Chain coming out next month.
Yeah, I've been following that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my hit predictions.
Luigi's Mansion comes out on October 31st. Who would have thought? So we don't know how that could
Is
go.
that Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein Youngblood comes out this year as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Pokemon Sword and Shield come out. Look, I'm a bit of a big Pokemon fan.
Have Pokemon ever won a game of the year?
No, because they're not great games.
Oh, okay.
They're fun. Don't get me wrong. I love them. I'll play them all as much as I can. That guy there's got a Pokemon on his shoulder. That's Eyeballmon. And he's
That
special.
Sounded like a Digimon.
I think he got hit with our creamy.
Yeah, that's right. You can probably take that off the screen now, Brad.
Okay.
Link's Awakening is coming out on the 20th of September, which again is a remake that's been redone from the ground up.
And then we got Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, which I think is the biggest black horse here. We don't like purely
Dark Horse.
Black Horse. Dark Horse is a comic company and a blend from a Perth coffee roastery. Death Stranding could either be phenomenal or it could be a big old
Cutscene.
turd sandwich. Like,
I love it, the fact that they're the only two options as well.
either way, this thing is going to sell huge. Like, absolutely huge, because people are going to want to see what it's all about. But I just don't think that... it's going to go one way or the other. And finally, Doom Eternal, which could also very well take out the game.
I don't know, man. Like, because Doom Eternal, like, Doom's great. Don't get me wrong. That last Doom was so good, but it didn't get Game of the Year and got nowhere near Game of the Year.
No, but it wasn't quite polished enough. Whereas you look at all the reactions from what's coming out, every single person who's played it has said they can't believe how
much
quick
better
flow
it is.
and I know Greg Miller said numerous times that he was told by the person who he was in charge of when he was demoing it, he said, "Don't be afraid to die. You have to die in this game." That's the whole thing. So I think once people understand it a bit more and understand how it differs from the original Doom and the franchise as a whole, it looks fantastic, and I really think that it could be a legitimate contender.
I still can't see a standout one yet that I think is like...
It's been a bit of a lull year, hasn't it? I think it's because everyone's gearing up for next year when next gen happens and launches.
Next.
All right, viewer questions?
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah. Okay, these all came from our Instagram. If you want to ask us a question, head on over to Hack the Dino on Instagram. Don't bother leaving a like because we won't see it anymore, which, by the way, is fantastic.
I love it.
Thanks, Zuckerberg. You did good. All right, first one came over here.
What is the first one? It's...
Amy Lou May, 89, asked in regards to Bandersnatch, the Netflix film. The Black Mirror Netflix film. She asked, do you agree with Colin's assessment that Pac-Man is indeed a metaphor for the post-capitalist person's daily drudgery filled with mental angst within a rigged system? Dan.
Pass. That's too hard for me to hear. The problem is I haven't seen Bandersnatch because it doesn't work on Netflix.
Yes, it does.
No, you can't, because there's no Oh no, it doesn't work on Apple TV.
Oh right.
So you can't choose which way to go, and so you can't play it. So I've just never watched it because I watch everything through Apple TV. So I got failed by Apple. So Ben.
Okay, I will say I think Dawn of the Dead tackled what you're raising here a lot more effectively than what Bandersnatch did. But yes, I do agree that that analogy is very relevant, but I also think it was sort of like thought of after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
So they tied it in.
You can read anything into anything.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pizza chomping balls. Like, that's all Pac-Man is.
Like the Langoliers.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah. Screekong Boom. That's how its name is.
Boom. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Like a bomb coming down.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Thoughts on the new Kaiju Brawler announced? It's from 13am Games. It's called Dawn of the Monsters, and it's their third game. They also did Runbo.
Did you play Runbo?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
There's no footage yet, so we've got a couple of screenshots here. That looks cool. That looks cool as hell.
Comic book style.
Do you know what's cool about this? 2.5D.
Oh, yeah!
2.5D.
We need a 2.5D button.
Yeah. I've always been trying to make that and I always forget. Yeah, this game looks really good.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Total destructive terrain.
Yep.
It just,
I'll be getting this, like, for sure. I'm sure King Kaiju will be getting this as well.
Yeah. So it's Kaiju's fighting and stuff like
big
that.
monsters fighting. Better than
I had some
Fortnite.
notes about it and I can't remember. I didn't write them down.
Oh, that's a
But and what was it? What are our thoughts on it? It looks great. That is my thought. It's been a while since I've had a good monster game.
Mm-hmm.
Hit King of the Monsters back in the day, but apart from that, there's been a couple of like trashy Godzilla games thrown around on the PS2 and stuff like that. But
and GameCube as well. They had their fair share of monster beat 'em ups. I bought one the other week at the toy fair.
was it any good?
Not really.
Yeah. So it's hard to do. Like, so what I want in a monster kill, what I hope a
Brawler.
monster Kaiju Brawler is I want a really, really detailed city with the whole city working. And as you're knocking down buildings and you're getting that real damage of like, all the smoke going everywhere, helicopters coming in, like you're in a city, and you're destroying it. I think that'd be, and I want to feel heavy. I want to feel like we are these monstrous things smashing stuff up.
I just want Ultraman in there. Is that too
I
much to
hate
ask?
Ultraman.
What?
He's silver and weak. Well, Pepsi Man's better.
Yeah, fair point. Wayne Basalia. No, thank you. Asks, is the death guitar solo in the original 8-bit Whizball the greatest shred since Eddie Van Halen's
Now, this
eruption?
might be our first video we got with
sound?
sound. No, you have to turn it on, Braden.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there.
He's turning it on now. This
Here
is
we go. Question background.
no, it doesn't look like it's working, but
I can play it through the headphones. Here we go. They're getting it. It's very quiet, but they're getting it.
anyway, the answer is yes. It's freaking amazing.
I just realised I put it on the wrong thing.
Oh, good. We're having a good show this episode. And finally, Pikagegi asked, thoughts on Hello Games' advice for the bigger companies currently experiencing fan dissatisfaction with releases like Anthem and Fallout 76. So you can see it on the screen now. This is what, what's his name? Todd Howard? Not Todd Howard. Sean Murray.
I've got it written right there.
Oh, thank you.
For you.
The TLDR is that he thinks that people should do what he did, and when facing horrible criticism, not address all the issues, just be quiet, work on the game, and release it, and they'll forgive you in the end.
Yeah, because he says like you lose a lot. You spend all your time doing in damage control, that you just lose what you're doing and everything. And it's best just like to just like go accept what's happened, move on, fix it, and that's what he did for what's it called? No Man's Sky.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Dan?
I think it's good advice. Like, No Man's Sky was a bit of like it didn't work out. You remember?
No.
Like everyone gave it. They gave
Hard time. It was a
they
battery
gave it a bit of a hard time.
Yeah.
But then they didn't say anything, and I didn't kind of realize that until I read this one. Yeah, they didn't say anything.
No, they didn't. They kept
and
completely quiet.
then when it's that whole thing, if you don't read the comments, like if a lot of this stuff as well is like flaming people, like they're trying to get reactions out of you, and if you give them no ammunition, they can't. None of their. As soon as you talk back and go, oh yeah, sorry, that was bad of us. You have given them all the ammunition they need to justify their comment and existence and stuff. So by saying nothing, these people just eventually forgot. And then he put out the version that he wanted, and everyone's like, oh, actually, that game is pretty good. All I hear about No Man's Sky now is people go, "Oh man, have you played the new one? It's actually really good." That's all I hear.
Yeah, I had a bunch of people I know jump back into it when they had added a bunch of the new stuff in, and they were actually like playing it solidly for like a week or two, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it."
I can see there is a lot of substance to what he's saying, but there are apples and oranges. Like this
Are
is there are. We have them. They exist in this reality. You are not alone. We have. It's basically an indie publisher, an indie dev team in Hello Games, and then you have Bethesda and EA. Yes, they've had turds and bombs and whatnot, but what they also have is
A whole department for this.
not only that, hundreds of thousands of people work for them, work on them. They have stockholders who they have to answer to. It's their job. They're a publicly traded business.
They're a pumple.
They're pumpkins. They trade pumpkins on All Halloween.
Stop.
What I'm trying to say is you can't really compare the two. EA and Bethesda can't just go whoop and not say anything because their business will take a dive. And if their business takes a dive, a lot of people lose their jobs. They have to make these statements. They have to address these things because if they don't, they will be in trouble and not survive. Whereas small indie companies like Hello Games can afford to do that. They can afford to just be quiet, work on it, and come back bigger, better, stronger. So I don't think a blanket statement like this is necessarily the answer or really warranted.
Then again, he also probably wasn't expecting it to be. He was probably just commenting on what he did.
Yeah, I know, but
when
maybe...
you do read it, it's not like he's saying they should have done this. He's just saying what he did.
Yeah, I know. It's probably whichever way you choose to take it. You can find out lots of stuff.
Moving on.
Yes, please.
What are we doing now?
Move on. It's Dan versus the world. Braden knows
Dan
that.
versus the world.
Goodness me. Where's
Good
Braden?
Lord.
Braden's not even there.
That's all right. I'll bring it up.
You'll bring it
Say-
up? Braden will bring it up. Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
we took
while,
it away that time, didn't we?
while
Orange-
Braden's bringing it up, I will explain to you the rules for Dan versus the world. There he is.
I forgot. I actually forgot he had to come in.
I
We are
have
all over the shop today.
3 songs from video game history. I will play the first 5 seconds of one song. Dan and Braden will go backwards and forwards, each having 5 questions to try and guess the name of the game that song came through. At the end of 5 questions, you can take a free guess. You can try and answer before the 5 to try and beat your opponent. But if you get it wrong, the point goes to the other place. Is that fine? I'm trying to shorten this down. It's very, very hard. Anyway, after last episode, we have Dan on 23 and Braden is on 24. And we are, of course, fighting for... Dan, please bring the cup.
I actually bought it here.
The trophy of infinite
Of
insolence. A trophy of infinite insolence.
The best thing, it still says Dan, winner of 2017.
But the world won it last year.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to change the trophy.
All right, here we go. Song number 1. Dan, question number 1.
What console or whatever is it on?
Nintendo 64.
64? That sounded a lot less than 64.
It certainly did.
Yeah.
Braden, question number 1.
Was interesting. What genre of game is that?
It's a puzzle game.
Okay.
Dan.
Puzzler.
Mm.
In the puzzle game, do you play a character, or are you is it just puzzle?
There is a character on the screen.
Do you control them? That's it. Right.
No, you don't control them. Braden, question number 2.
Have we mentioned it recently, or a version of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Dan, question number 3.
Oh no. What was it? Wait, what was it on again? 64.
64.
Does it have Mario in it?
Yes. Braden,
Is it Dr. Mario?
I need the full title.
There's more title.
Yeah, man, 'cause it's on 64.
Dr. Mario 64.
It's Dr. Mario 64.
Oh man, why did I give him that?
I don't know. You're a
didn't
silly boy.
even know.
Why did they name things that way?
Why? I didn't even know there was one. And
Yeah, so World's on 25, Dan's on 23. Oh, you're falling away again, Dan.
Falling down. My pants are down.
Pants
Here we
down
go.
Guinness.
Song number 2. I went to stop it then, but I was jiving around so much my finger went off the mouse pad. Question number 1, Dan.
What genre of game is this?
It is a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yep.
Brayden.
Cool.
Good one.
What game company came out with it?
I think it was
no.
Acclaim.
Acclaim.
Yep.
Acclaim.
Acclaim.
What other games have Acclaim made?
Mortal Kombat?
Give me 2.
I'm not the one being questioned here, Dan.
Okay.
Question number 2.
I said what other games, not game.
Question number 2.
Is this my go?
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't my question. All right, cool. What? So what we got? Sideways scroller on. What was it on? What is it? Acclaim.
Acclaim.
Oh, so weird. Well, what device is it on?
It was on Super Nintendo
First.
and Super Nintendo.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Brayden?
Sideways scroller.
What titular character would we see in this game?
You can choose from 2.
Okay.
2 characters.
What did you say? What kind of game it was again?
Side-scrolling beat 'em up. Question number 3, Dan.
Is it Final Fight?
No.
Barg.
Oh no.
That was silly.
Oh
Why?
no.
That was a very silly thing.
What?
It was Spider-Man Maximum Carnage.
Oh, cool.
I would have never got that.
Well, you may have. Like, there was other
Oh, hang on,
questions you could
Final
have
Fight was
asked.
on the arcade. Damn it.
Yeah.
I would have never got that.
Oh, man. So the world's on 26 now. Dan's on 23.
Nah.
Here we go.
I'll catch up.
You'll get there.
Song number 3. Dan, question number 1.
What genre game is that?
It's an RPG.
A rub.
Rigab.
Ah.
Right, and question number 2.
What console was this one on?
It was originally on the PlayStation 1. 1
Okay.
or 2?
RPG.
Ooh, 2. PlayStation 2.
1 or 2.
That was on the 2.
Alright. RPG. Blah, blah, blah. What do the... what are the main protagonists use as weapons? A few questions that are interesting.
That's going to give it away.
Yeah, I think I know what this is gonna be. That's gonna give it away.
Don't do that then. What is the main protagonist?
That's going to give it away.
What is...
I'm trying, Dan. I'm trying.
What company made it?
Square Enix.
Square Enix made every RPG, so it's all good.
Brayden, question number 2.
Let's keep this going a little bit.
Oh, listen to this guy.
A little bit.
Oh,
He doesn't know, that's why.
he does.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Why don't we get into what's one of the side characters you can get in this?
Oh, Goofy.
It's Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, it's Kingdom Hearts.
You guys gave that to me. That's not fair. I feel like an idiot.
Well, it could have been Kingdom Hearts 2 as well.
Yeah,
Do you know straight away, Brayden?
not straight away, but once we're getting a bit closer there, I got it.
So at the end of that round of Dan versus the world, Dan is on 24. The world is on 26.
Woo.
Dan, you got some catching up to do.
Woo-wee.
Anyway, bye, Braden. We've been Hack the Dino, a fortnightly newscast news full of games. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/hackthedino. You can find us over on Twitch, on twitch.tv/hackthedino. You can also find us on SoundCloud, on Spotify, and all other podcast servers. I don't know what happened then, probably what... Yeah. Dan, what do you got coming up on the Twitch channel?
What am I playing this week? I haven't planned it yet.
Oh, good.
But I will be playing something on Sunday. I will probably be playing... I have no idea.
Excellent.
I was going to play Fist of the North Star, but it's way too slow for, you got 20-minute cutscenes. Let's end this.
Let's end this. Thank you very much for watching and for bearing with us through these technical difficulties. Hopefully, with the magic of editing, you won't notice a thing. Braden, they're going to notice a thing?
Hopefully...